Hey, it's Simon, and I am out here in the Sastal Valley, which is where I am ending my season. As you can probably tell behind me, we are in the midst of an absolutely incredible snowstorm here. Over the past 34 hours, there has been so much snow that, in fact, not just the ski resorts are closed for safety, but the actual access to the village here in Sasgrund is closed, the road down to the valley, and we're having power outages all the time. Now, that means that I can't go skiing and snowboarding today, but I do have a chance to sit here and review my season and how it's gone, and hopefully hand out a couple of thank yous for what has been a really great year. So I thought that given the fact that I can't snowboard today, this is the perfect time to take stock of the season and head back through some of my highlights. Now, I can also start off by giving an insight into some of the choices that I've made this season, maybe an idea as to why I've chosen the lift pass that I've used this winter, and why when I've used that lift pass I've actually headed to some of the resorts that I have decided to go to. But before I get into the main part of the video, I'd really like to basically take this opportunity to say thank you. Without you guys watching these videos, it wouldn't be going anywhere, and it wouldn't be helping me to explore some of these places and work with some of the brands that I've been working with this season. I very much understand that this is still a small YouTube channel. However, I really appreciate every single one of you who has viewed a video this winter, commented and shared it with a mate. And it's actually been really, really nice. This winter is the first kind of winter that when I've been out and about around the ski resorts, people have been coming up to me and saying hello. And I've met up with a couple of subscribers to go for a beer at Après or something. And it's really nice to hear your comments on the videos, how much you valued them and how it's helped you to decide some of the resorts that you would visit during your ski season. And I just can't really put into words how much of a motivation that is and how really nice it is to hear those things. So firstly, a massive shout out to every single one of you who watches the videos and is part of my little ski community over here on this corner of YouTube. Another thank you before I get into the crux of the video has to go out to my season sponsor, Hidden Mountain Ski. Without Robert and his team, they've been like an absolutely great support of the channel this winter, and it's fantastic to be able to bounce ideas off them and share their knowledge of the different resorts. They've been a great help throughout the season. And then finally, a shout out to some of the brands that I've been working with throughout the winter. For example, Outdoor Master, they have been a big supporter of the channel over the last couple of years, and they've been really good at giving back. And one of the things that has been an absolute highlight for me was basically doing a massive giveaway in Gruments over the Christmas period, going up to people, and people were kind of like, why are you doing it? And it's kind of like, well, why not? And Outdoor Master and the contacts there have been really, really nice at allowing that to happen, and supporting those sorts of videos. And also I've had the chance to try out and demo some Pauster ski goggles. Discounts for both Outdoor Master and Pauster are down below in the description should you want to get any. Now, with that said, let's get into the winter, how it's been, why I went to the places that I went to, and I guess the first place to start is with the lift pass. So, kind of this stage last year, May time is when the Magic Pass goes on sale, April, May time. And I purchased the Magic Pass for 399 Swiss francs. If you were going to buy it now for next year, it's gone up. The base price was 415 Swiss francs, and as I sit here towards the end of April, it is now at 450 francs, which, to be honest, still represents incredible value given the fact that you can ski in resorts across Switzerland, France and Italy, and there is nearly 100 resorts, including a new one next year, Gstaad, okay, to add to all of the great places that I've already been able to show you in my Magic Pass series. Now, I'm not affiliated with the Magic Pass, but I do think that it is a lift pass which offers skiers and snowboarders exceptional value, especially if you're trying to get at least 8 days, because buying the Magic Pass for 399 Swiss francs, or this year 415 if you got the early bird offer, that is less than a week's lift pass at quite a lot of the ski resorts that I'm visiting on this. So if you can do that, it also throws in some really great opportunities. I love the Val d'Anivier and the ski resorts there, and then even like late in the season here, you can see, I'm not sure I was expecting this much, but Sas Grund, Sas Fay, they're a really great place for kind of late season snow. So it's really exciting, the Magic Pass, for anyone who's looking to get out there. And if you are interested in the Magic Pass, I'll leave a card up on the screen where you can actually explore the playlist with some of my videos from the past couple of years on the Magic Pass, and where you could go and where you could visit, and I hope you find those useful. Okay. As for this season, for me, I started this year out in the Val d'Anivier and based myself in Grimentz, which is linked to Zinal Ski Resort. While I was there, I was absolutely blessed with incredible weather. It snowed at night, it was bluebird during the day, and I had some incredible powder days to start off my season. I love Grimentz for its lift accessible off-piste. It's probably one of my favourite places in the world that I've been for lift accessible off-piste, especially over here in Europe. And while I was in Grimentz, I actually got the opportunity to obviously explore the other resorts of the Val d'Anivier. Spent a couple of days over in Zinal, went to St Luc Chandelin, which was really nice, and again bluebird days there exploring that linked ski area. Now, one of the real highlights though of being over in Grimentz Zinal is during that period I actually took a trip to Laukabad, however you say it, and also Lauschenalp. Both of those resorts are about an hour away from Grimentz Zinal, but are well worth the visit. Laukabad, a particular favourite for basically the long runs. There are some incredible reds that just seem to go on, and there is a really cool black which takes you through a tunnel and then kind of winds down the mountain that you can take from Laukabad right at the top all the way down back to the village. Laukabad is also really well known for its thermal springs, and that adds something different to a trip. And so if you are a Magic Pass holder, I would definitely recommend Laukabad as a stop on your next Magic Pass ski trip. While I was over that way, I really wanted to check out a resort called Jeisenen. I've probably absolutely butchered that, but I'll make sure the name is somewhere on the screen, but I didn't make it. So if any of you have headed over to Jeisenen, I'd love to hear from you guys to see what you think, whether you think it's worth it for a future Magic Pass trip. Yeah, let me know, drop a comment. As with any of these places that I'm mentioning, if you've got any thoughts on them, be sure to let me know. So after Grimentz, I then went over to Les Diablerets. Now, when I did my roundup video on my previous Magic Pass road trip, Diablerets I kind of rated as one of the best places for kind of all-round. It wasn't great at anything in particular, but it was good at lots of things. And you've got this whole extended ski area with Villars and Grillon, and it's all linked. And when I went, it was absolutely gorgeous weather. I got no fresh snow for the whole of the time that I was there, but what I did have was absolutely beautiful weather, and I really enjoyed my trip back to Diablerets. And it's definitely an area that I would say is worth basing yourself for a week or two if you are ever going to do a Magic Pass road trip. The real exciting thing about that trip was getting back to Glacier 3000. And from next year, you've got Gstaad just up the road as well, which makes that area even more appealing. Now, the absolute highlight of the trip to the Diablerets area was I got the opportunity to get back at Glacier 3000 and ride something that I've been dying to try and tick off my ski and snowboard bucket list since they opened it, which is the Black Wall. Now, I released a video quite recently on my Black Wall experience. It's kind of like a POV. If you haven't seen it, I'll link to it down in the description. I'll also put a card up on screen. But that run is absolutely insane. I mean, for me, it was one that I think I went into, I don't know if it's like snowboarder's ego or something. I went into thinking, oh yeah, that'll just be absolutely fine. People are, you know, it's not going to be as bad as it looks. But the first thing to state is the tunnel. Like on a snowboard, the tunnel is mental. And I must have done the tunnel 4 times, and I reckon I got through once without falling. It is a real challenge, and it does actually say that snowboarders, you probably should consider taking your snowboard off and carrying it through the tunnel. But again, that snowboarder's ego, it makes you just want to head straight through. But once you've got through that tunnel and you're out the other side, you've also then got just this incredibly steep pitch. And as you're stood there on the top, I don't think I've ever felt like that at the top of any other ski run that I've ever been on. The maximum kind of degrees of the pitch is 46 degrees. And it feels like when you turn, or at least when I turn, remember, like I'm no expert, but like when I turn, I would then just slide, and you're kind of like then changing your edge, you're trying to stay in control. And on that video that I released, another snowboard YouTube, Chasing Snow, seems to think that that is actually the steepest pisted run, which is absolutely incredible. But that was definitely a highlight of heading to the Diablerets area and being able to tick that off. Now, after leaving Diablerets, kind of my final stint of the season and where I kind of based myself was here around Saas-Fee. Now, I'm actually staying in Saas-Grund, which is a village just kind of a 8 to 10 minute bus journey away from the Saas-Fee ski resort. If you come here earlier in the winter, you can actually access Saas-Almagau as well, which was a previous favourite on the Magic Pass. And I returned here to the Saasdal Valley basically because I'd been here before. I'd released a couple videos about Saas-Fee where I wasn't overly complimentary about it, and I got a few comments saying that maybe I'd misunderstood it and I should give it a go at a different time of year, etc., which is completely fair, and I wanted to give those comments kind of the credit that they deserve, and so I made sure that I came back out here at a different time of year. Now, my previous trip was kind of December, January, that I was kind of based out here, and that sort of time of year, it was so cold, and I don't think I saw the sunshine, and all of that does kind of have an influence on like how you're feeling about a certain ski area, because sun affects your mood, right? Now, I know that like wherever we go around the world, like skiers, snowboarders, we're going to be in bad weather conditions, but I just felt like on my previous visit to Saas-Fee that it was just incredibly cold, and you didn't get those kind of good moments, or at least I didn't on my previous stay. And I was here for a fair while, so I was hoping that I would have benefited. So I wanted to come back and try it again and give it another go. And it's fair to say that Saas-Fee is a completely different proposition at this time of year, right? So all I've been met with kind of in the March, April time is glorious bluebird days up until this storm, which is an absolute killer. I can't believe that I'm sat here in kind of mid-April and it's coming down like this. It's absolutely insane. But the glorious bluebird days have made kind of Saas-Fee appear in a different light. It is an absolutely beautiful ski resort, like being able to ski up on the glacier, and you can kind of see like the shining blue of the ice as you ride around. There's a chairlift on the right hand side of the ski resort. I'll like if you're looking up at it, I'll put the name of it on the screen, and to your right as you ride that chairlift, you've just got this incredible wall of glacier, and it's incredible to just be there and look at that, like regardless of the skiing and all of that. Now, the one thing that I've really appreciated about being in Saas-Fee at this time of year, despite the really good weather that I've experienced, is that at this time of year, there's not going to be many places that have the reliability and the quality of snow that Saas-Fee has, and the glacier here is a massive part of that. Being able to ski up at 3,550 meters is like kind of the starting point up there on the glacier. It is absolutely insane. And at the start of the day or an end of the day for April, you're still riding in good quality snow if you stay high on the glacier. Yes, the runs down towards the village get a bit slushy and spring-like. That's all absolutely fine, but it's kind of a real selling point for Saas-Fee, I feel, that if you're going to do it as part of your Magic Pass road trip, come here later in the season. So you'll get the sunshine and you'll also get the quality snow that you might not find elsewhere around the other resorts that are available. I actually think that my main reservation from my last visit to Saas-Fee still stands, and it's that it feels like the lift system here isn't perfect. It's a little bit disjointed, and you have to kind of keep getting on and off gondolas. But I did actually find a couple of laps that I really enjoyed. So the Morenia chairlift for one, from the top of the Morenia chairlift, you go to the right and you've got a brilliant blue run, which runs down past the terrain park, and it's really cruisy, and you've got to your left a really nice red run, and you can lap both of those and just get straight back to the Morenia chairlift, and finding that was really enjoyable. So that was definitely a favourite for my trip to Saas-Fee, and it does show that quick laps are possible if you just avoid the gondolas and ski in certain areas here. It's also been really nice to be back here in this village. Like, on my last trip, I stayed in this exact place. Like, I'm not, I don't have an affiliation with this particular hotel, but if you come into Saas Grund or Saas-Fee, I'm staying in the Montella apartments, and they're absolutely perfect. Got everything that I need anyway. And it's just across the road from Saas Grund Ski Resort, and Saas Grund Ski Resort is sadly not included on the Magic Pass. It is an extra, but I made sure that I headed back over there because, number one, it's just across the road, and number two, I really wanted to get a good look at it in nice weather. And I had a really beautiful day up there in Saas Grund. Beautiful bluebird again. Saas Grund is fantastic, similar to Laukebad in having some really nice long piece that you can just absolutely bomb and lap all day. So it's definitely one, if you're coming here to the Saasdal Valley and your main focus is to use your Magic Pass and go to Almagal and go to Saas-Fee, then adding Saas Grund on for a day, it's definitely well worth it. It's an absolutely beautiful place to go and ski and snowboard. There's a glacier up there as well, which again, it's just imposing as you look at it, but it definitely deserves one day of your holiday. Now, that's kind of it for this season. That's kind of like a short overview, and I really hope that you've kind of enjoyed the content that I've put out. My plans for next year are not set in stone. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be heading back to the Grand Massive. It's a ski area that I genuinely love so much, and I think definitely around Easter time I'd like to go back out there and enjoy late season in Flen again. However, if you've got any other suggestions or places that you'd like me to visit, or if there's anyone out there who obviously wants to work with me, get in contact, let me know, drop a comment, and I'd be really open to exploring some different places as well in addition to the Grand Massive. That's it for this season. Thank you so much again for your support. I really hope that I can keep doing this next year. And I'll see you very soon with some winter content. If you like hiking, I'm going to be based around the Lake District, so stay tuned. I'm going to try and tick off some more Wainwrights this summer and get some content out. So I'll see you very soon.